Okay, hello and thanks for joining this webinar today. Yeah, we'll just wait a minute for everyone to join. Just in the meantime, what I would like to know from you is basically which city, which country are you joining from? So I'm joining from Zagreb, from Croatia. And how about you? So if you're joining through Zoom, you can actually let me know through this Q&A panel. And if you're joining through LinkedIn or YouTube, then you can simply send a chat message and just to see where you're coming from. Okay, while I'm waiting for your feedback, just a couple of notes. So first of all, we are recording this webinar. And you'll be able to watch the webinar basically from the same page where you registered. So if you are watching this from LinkedIn or from YouTube, then you can actually see, you will able to see the recording of this webinar on the same page where you're watching the live webinar now. And if you joined through Zoom, then you can actually see the webinar recording. You'll be able to see the webinar recording on the same page where you registered on Advisera website. And second thing, you'll be able to download this presentation deck from today. If you stick until the end of the webinar, then I'll explain where you will find this link to download the presentation deck. Okay, great. I think we can start the webinar. So welcome to this webinar called How to Use Company Training Academy for NIS2, DORA and ISO 27001 Training and Awareness. And my name is Dejan Kosutic and I'm the main ISO 27001 NIS2 and DORA expert at Advisera. And Advisera is a company that makes compliance easy to understand and simple to use. And this webinar today will last approximately 45 to 55 minutes, depending really on the number of questions you'll have. And by the way, please do ask all of your questions as you want, and you can actually ask them during my presentation. You do not have to wait for this Q&A session at the end. Just feel free to ask question anytime at any point in the webinar, and I'll try to answer your question as I go through the presentation slides. Great, so let's then move on to the next slide. So basically, why is this topic important? Well, it's important because training and awareness are mandatory according to all of these cybersecurity frameworks. So basically all of them require very specifically that you actually implement training and awareness. And I'll actually show you these exact requirements later on during the webinar. Okay, what I'll also show you during the webinar is actually how you can use this training platform to speed up this whole process. In other words, how to achieve and how to comply with these requirements in, I would say, a more efficient manner, but also at the same time actually keeping this training and awareness and the quality of this training and awareness on a very good level. And basically this webinar today is intended for people in companies that are in charge of compliance with these frameworks, who are in charge of implementing these standards and regulations, but also for consultants, because very often consultants are doing and organizing training and awareness for their clients. Okay, so one of the main points today is really that if you do use this kind of training and awareness platform, you can actually significantly reduce not only the cost but also the effort that is needed for the compliance. But also another benefit is that you can actually make implementation easier. But also, as a kind of word of advice here, you can't really use these training platforms for each and every purpose. For each and every type of training. And I also explained during the webinar what kind of trainings you can actually do through training platforms and which kind of training you cannot. So I'll also explain, in which cases you can actually best benefit from this platform. Okay, so the agenda for today, I'll go, as I mentioned, I'll go first through these requirements, for, training and awareness requirements from 27001 and NIS2 and DORA, and then I'll actually explain how you need to actually adapt the topics for each and every audience, because as you will see during the presentation, I'll emphasize that it's very important that you never try to push the same lessons to all the audiences within the company. You always need to segment actually who will hear what kind of topics, and this is something that I'll explain there. Then I'll explain you what are these three options to deliver training, and then I'll show you this Advisera as a company training academy platform, and also a version of this platform for consultants, and also show you how this pricing and option works. And yeah, basically this is it. So let's start with this first slide about the training and awareness requirements. So basically there are requirements from clause 7.2. This is about training, and basically it says that you need to actually assess what kind of competencies you need for particular roles and responsibilities in the company with regards to cybersecurity, and then you actually have to train these people to reach the desired level, and then you actually have to measure if this desired level was reached. So basically you have a kind of a cycle there. In other words, you always have to make sure that you match the skills or the competencies with what the particular job role requires. So just to give an example, let's say that you want to hire an internal auditor to perform the internal audit within your company for 27001. Then you have to check if this internal auditor actually knows the details of ISO 27001 standard, and also if this person has the skills for doing the audit. If this person does not have any of these skills, then you have to send this person for a training. For example, there is a ISO 27001 internal auditor training to actually learn these skills. Okay, when it comes to awareness, there is this clause 7.3, and basically it says that you actually have to raise awareness of security policies in the company, also what is the contribution of employees, all of the employees towards security, and what actually happens if someone is not compliant. So basically these are the requirements there. And what I'll show you now is what you'll find on Advisera's website is this big guide to ISO 27001 clauses. And basically here you will actually see all the clauses from the standard. So when I scroll down and go to this clause 7.3, you will see that actually it gives an overview of this clause competence. It explains what is required. Also what kind of documentation you need for it, how to implement it, and what kind of audit evidence will be needed. So you can actually access this big guide to 27001 clauses on your own, and we have actually shared the link now through this through the chat window. And just to mention here, so if you joined the webinar through Zoom or through YouTube, then you will be able to click this link and it will open right away in your browser. However, if you joined through LinkedIn, then because of some limitations in LinkedIn, you can't really click this link in the chat window. So the workaround for that is that you simply copy the URL and paste it into your browser. All right, now let me go back to the presentation, and we'll share also two more links with you. So another link will be to an article called How to Perform Training and Awareness for ISO 27001, and basically this article explains in more detail, how to organize training and awareness for the standard. And we'll also share a link with you to a YouTube video, and this YouTube video is also how to organize a training and awareness for 27001. So if you want to learn more in this video format, then you can use this YouTube video. Okay, yeah, I'll just see if my colleague can share the link with you for this YouTube video. Okay, let me move forward to this next slide. Yeah, so basically, the next thing that I wanted to go through are the requirements for NIS2 training and awareness. Here, basically, this NIS2 Article 20, basically it requires that the senior members of the senior management go through the training and awareness, and also that all the employees have to go through. And basically that knowledge and skills, they have to actually acquire knowledge and skills to identify risks and assess cybersecurity risk management practices. So basically, let me now switch to again this screen where you can see the full text of NIS2 directive. And we'll also share now with you a link where you can access this full text of NIS2. So you'll see it in the chat window now. So when I go for this Article 20, it's about governance. And here you will see this requirement that actually they're required to follow training, and also that they need to send their employees for regular basis on training on a regular basis, and also what kind of skills they need to acquire here. So as you can see, this is direct requirement here in NIS2. And there is also this another regulation called CIR. So this is Commission Implementing Regulation 2024-2690. And this CIR is actually mandatory for digital infrastructure, critical infrastructure companies. So not for all companies in NIS2 scope, only for digital companies. And what I'll show you now is when we go for this annex here. And in this annex, there is this section 8. So this is quite a lengthy annex. So I'll try to browse here rather quickly. So here you actually have much more detailed requirements for raising awareness and also for security training. So if you are a digital company, if you have to comply with NIS2, then you have these extra requirements for this NIS2 training and awareness. Okay, so let me go back to my presentation, and yeah, you will see also the link now to this CIR 2024-2690. Okay, let me switch to presentation. So as you can see here in the presentation, you also have this CIR Annex 8, and here you have a short description of these requirements. Okay, we'll share also another article with you now. This is an article, How to Perform Training and Awareness According to NIS2. And we'll also share now with you a link to a YouTube video which also explains how to organize NIS2 training and awareness. So you will see now this YouTube link in the chat window. Okay, good. Now let's move to the next slide. These are basically the requirements from DORA. Now they are even more, I would say, strict, even more detailed. So I'll share with you very, very briefly. I'm not going to go into details. I mean, you have the list of these requirements here. So let me go for DORA. You have this Article 5, and you will see also the link now to the DORA full text in the chat window. So Article 5, Paragraph 2. So it's somewhere here about training and awareness. Yeah, so security awareness program. So basically there needs to be a budget for security and awareness programs, and then there is also this section, paragraph 4, so sufficient skills and knowledge, and so on and so forth. So basically there are many requirements there. There is also this CDR 2024-1774, so it's a kind of an appendix to DORA, which is mandatory for all financial entities. And here you have this Article 19. So let me go to this Article 19. And here you will see that these are requirements about this training and awareness. So be aware of the reporting channels and so on. So basically there are many requirements there as well. Now let me go back to the presentation, and yeah, we'll share now with you the, we have shared now the link to DORA regulation, to this CDR 1774. Also, you will see now a link to this article, How to Organize Training and Awareness According to DORA. and also a link to a YouTube video on how to organize DORA training and awareness. So you will see all this in the chat window now. Good. Now let me go on to the next slide. So basically, how to deal with these requirements, what you have to do to basically, comply with all of these requirements. So first of all, you have to choose topics and you have to match them with audiences. And there will be some topics that you will basically have to present to everyone. So for example, what are the basics of the standard, right? So, I mean, very basics like, who needs to be compliant, what are the, let's say, some of the major requirements, these kind of things. Also, these basic cyber hygiene practices. So this cyber hygiene is mentioned actually as a term in NIS2 and also in DORA. So basically, these are really some very basic things about, you should not, share your passwords, you should do the backup, these kind of things. So this is basically cyber hygiene. Also, how to handle incidents, what to do basically in case of an incident. So basically, these are the kind of topics that you can actually push towards everyone in the company, starting from, each and every, let's say, regular employee to IT employees to senior management to middle level management, basically to everyone. But then there are some topics which are very specific, which are not going to push to everyone. So for example, cybersecurity governance. So basically, how do you manage your cybersecurity? This is something, these kind of topics you should push towards, let's say, your senior management, maybe to your mid-level management. So basically, this topic is not really for everyone. You're not going to push it into your purchasing department, or maybe not even to your IT department. So for IT departments, you will have a topic like encryption, right? So when it comes to encryption, you're not going to push this towards senior management. You're going to, of course, explain it only to your IT employees. When it comes to implementation steps, this is something that you will probably have to train your project team, right? You will probably have some kind of a project team in your company, and then you will have to train these people around implementation steps. So the point here is that you have to define which topics and match them to appropriate audiences, and this is one of the key success factors for your training and awareness programs. Okay, now then the next basically decision that you have to take is, how are you going to deliver this kind of training, training and awareness? So basically, when it comes to specifically, training, basically you have three options. The first one are these instructor-led classroom type training. So basically, this is where you have a group of people within a classroom and you have a trainer. And this advantage of this kind of a training is that there is a higher interaction. So if there is a complex topic, then this is the best way to do it, because then people can ask questions and then you can actually discuss how this needs to be done. So for example, this might be the way to explain how, for example, how you do some very complex way of risk management, okay, so risk assessment, these kind of things. So these are really very complex topics. They need lots of interaction, and then this kind of training probably is the best way to do it. Now, the disadvantage here is it's hard to organize, because it's hard to basically gather a group of people, in the same place at the same time. The second type of training, let's say channel for a training, is the instructor-led online training. So unlike the previous version, this is done remotely. You can do it, I don't know, through Microsoft Teams or through Zoom or whatever you are using. But still it is led directly by an instructor or a trainer. So basically it's done in a real time, which basically makes it easier to organize, because not all people have to be in the same room. But still, there the interaction is not ideal, because very often people don't really interact as well if they're not physically in the same room. So this is best for, I would say, medium-sized groups, because you can organize this for, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 50 people. And this may not be the best, let's say, solution for complex topics, but whenever you have some topic which is not basic, but still not too complex, you can actually go with this type. And then the third option are these pre-recorded videos that you can actually deliver through a training platform. Of course, the advantage here, it's very easy to organize. It doesn't, because it is not displayed, I mean, the videos are not displayed in real time. So basically anyone can watch them at their own convenience. Of course, they don't have to be in the same room. They don't have to be physically there. So it's very easy to organize. The problem is, of course, here that it's low interaction. So it's hard actually to learn some more complex topics. So basically it's best for basic topics and for larger groups. Okay, and we'll share now with you a link to an article which explains these three options as well. It's called Options for Delivering NIS2, DORA and ISO 27001 Training. Now, I'll show you now how you can actually go for this third option when you use a training platform with videos. And yeah, I'll show you several the features of this company training academy. So let me switch the screen now. Okay, so basically this is, you know, this training platform, how it looks like when you actually log into it. So you see some several options here on the left hand side, but I'll come to these, and in the middle here you actually see all the training programs that you have launched, and you also see a lessons library. So let me start with this lessons library just to show you what kind of videos are here. So you actually have here several frameworks that are covered. So DORA, GDPR. This general cybersecurity is basically cybersecurity awareness. 27001, lately we uploaded also 42001, so this is AI governance standards, also NIS2. And yeah, there is also an ability to upload your own materials. So let's, for example, pick 27001. Yeah, and by the way, you can also, they're also training in various languages. And so let me actually show you this for NIS2. So let's say if I want to pick French, then I apply this filter, and then I will see only the NIS2 training in this language. Okay. Now let's say go back to English, and I want to display only 27001. And now you will see only the videos that are actually focused on 27001. So as you will see, there are almost 50 videos here. Okay. And then I can, you know, I want to see how risk management process is explained. So basically these are, you can actually see what are the short description of the video, which clauses are covered, and I can see a preview of the video. So when I click this, you will see that this video is what, 2 minutes or so, and then basically starts the video. Okay. Now, so what is the point here? The point here is that you have, I think, almost 400 videos now in the platform, and there, you know, there are several. Okay, English is the let's say the basic language, but there are also videos in other languages. Also, you can filter out by standards. You can filter out even by country, because there are some country specific videos. And most of these videos are short. They're about 2 up to, let's say, 7-8 minutes. So the point is that with this kind of a micro learning, you're not actually boring your audience for too long. Because if these were videos of, let's say, 1 hour, then it would be very hard for actually to get attention of the audience. But if you have a couple of minutes only, then it's much easier to keep this attention from these audiences. Now, what is very important here is that actually this training platform has built-in training programs which are made for specific audiences. And then when you go and set up a new training, and then you say, okay, I want to organize, let's say, a NIS2 training for, and basically then the platform already kind of defines what potential audiences you could have. And so they will actually suggest you what are the most appropriate videos. So let's say that I want to have a NIS2 training pro. So as you can see here, there is the option for senior management, for security managers, for mid-level management, for members of the project team. Let's say I want this one. So I select this one here, and then I click continue. I should select the country here, because if I select the country, I will get some country-specific videos. but let's say I want EU-wide, I want English. By the way, you can also select some other languages here. And then, as you will see, the system will automatically suggest these training videos that are matched for this audience. So what is NIS2, top-level policy, implementation steps, and so on and so forth. So here you will see only the videos which are a good match for this audience. And then, of course, you can actually, remove some of these videos, or you can change the, the sequence. So it's all up to you. And then when you go next, then you define how often you want this audience to see these videos. So let's say that you want them one per day. This will probably be too much, but let's say one per week. And then that you want these videos to be delivered, let's say on Thursdays, right? And then you basically click continue. You define what you want these audiences to see. So for example, you want them to see only the lessons, or lessons and quizzes, and let's say, or lessons and quizzes and test questions. And then you click continue, and then you add users here. So basically you enter email addresses of these users. And when you click activate program, then this system, the platform, will start sending them emails in this very sequence that you specified, and they will get notified that they have to go through a video. So basically this setup takes you maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then everything works automatically. And then afterwards, what you can actually see are the reports, very detailed reports. So who has opened which video, what are the results, who was late, who actually did not pass the test, and so on and so forth. So all of these things are very easily visible through these reports. What I also wanted to show you is basically this ability to upload your own materials. So basically what you can do actually is add a lesson, and then in this lesson you can upload either your own video or your own let's say PDF or a PowerPoint presentation or something like this. You can also upload your own policies and procedures, and then actually display them as lessons to your audience. So in this way you actually can track very easily who has actually watched a particular or seen or read a particular document. Good. Now let me go back to my presentation. So I think I've gone through all of these points. So videos, multilingual, training programs, micro-learning, automated training delivery reports, and uploading of your own videos and documents. So let me share, we'll share now with you a couple of links. So you'll see the first link will be this company training academy, where you can actually read in a little bit more detail about this product. You can also sign up for a free trial there, and you can test all of these features during the free trial. We'll also share 2 more videos, YouTube videos with you. So the first video is this how you actually set up this cybersecurity training program. So this video actually explains you in more detail how you set it up. And another video is what are the key questions that you may have around this training academy, and you will actually see these answers here in this video. Okay, there is also a separate, not a separate, but there is also an additional, let's say, module for consultants. So because lots of consultants, our partners, are actually using this training platform to actually deliver training programs towards their clients. And I'll share you now with you now how this looks like. Okay, so you can actually see it here. So this is a consultant dashboard. As you can see, it's different from the client account dashboard. This is a consultant dashboard, and basically here a consultant can actually see all the companies that they are actually delivering the training programs to. So you can have one consultant account, and within it you can actually control several of your clients. And then when you open each of these clients, basically you will then be able to handle this client separately from any other client. So it's good that you actually have this one dashboard. And another thing is that you can actually upload, and you can make this white label so that you can upload your own logo. So as you can see here, you have the logo of Advisera, but if I go for this account preferences here, and if I change and upload a different logo, then this new logo will be displayed instead of Advisera's logo. And this logo will be displayed not only in a consultant dashboard, it will also be displayed in a client dashboard. So if a client, any of the client employees opens this interface to watch these videos, they will see consultant's logo there. So it's basically fully white label solution. All right, so let me go back to my presentation, and yeah, we'll share now a link to this page where you can learn more about this company training academy for consultants. And we will also share a video which shows how you can use company training academy as a consultant. So it's one YouTube video which shows you a couple of use cases for consultants. Okay, great. Now let me move on. So I'm showing you this white label and dashboards. Okay, so let's see this pricing and options. So basically, the pricing basically depends on the number of users. So let me open this here just to show you. Just give me a second, please. I didn't open this before, and I should have. Okay, so basically here on this company training academy page, when you actually scroll down, you will see this page here where actually all of these prices are displayed. So first of all, you can actually choose between euros or dollars. So let me now switch to US dollars. And here, if you go only for a small company, well, let's say only 10 users are included, then the price is $15 US per month. Okay, so this price actually includes all the users. So you pay 15 for all the 10. Now, if you want more, if you want 25 users, then basically you would pay $29 per month if you go for. So basically you get the picture. So the more users you have, of course, the price, the complete total price is bigger. You also have this ability to pay annually. So if you have, let's say, if you want to go for 100 users, you would pay $100 per month, or you would pay $1,069 per year, which is, I would say, roughly what, something like 15% or so of discount. Yeah, and basically it works like this. It's so it's very easy actually to define what subscription model you have. So you simply click subscribe. Of course, if you want to test this out, you can click this start free trial, and then you will have 14 days to actually test the whole system out before you pay anything. Okay, now going back to my presentation. So basically, what does this price include? Of course, unlimited access to all of these videos. You will have access to all of the languages, unlimited training programs. So the point is, you're not limited in terms of these numbers. The only thing that you're limited with is the number of seats. So basically, the number of students that you can enroll in these training programs. You can upload, of course, your own videos and documents, and yeah, for larger plans, we also include in the price this in-house live online training. So this is something that we also include. Okay, yeah, basically this is what I wanted to go through. So let me now just go through these challenges that are, I would say, typically happening with this cybersecurity training and awareness. So one challenge is audience heterogeneity, right? So that there are very different audiences, and I mean, yeah, for that purpose you have to organize different training programs for different audiences with different topics, as I already explained. So when you actually make this kind of a matching, then you will achieve this I would say good way to avoid the problem of showing the same things to all the employees in the company. Keeping content current, so regulations evolve. So yeah, I mean, for that purpose, you typically need someone within the company. So either your, I don't know, security officer or maybe your training officer to actually create new training material as the things are changing, either from the regulatory side or perhaps from your internal side. Because if you change your policies and procedures, then you will also have to change the training. Now, of course, if you choose this kind of a training platform like Advisera's Company Training Academy, then we are producing obviously new videos, new training material regularly. But if this is about your internal things, then you will have to organize this internally in your company I mean, if you're having some internal materials that you have to update, then this is something you'll have to organize yourself. Of course, making it practical so that it's not only theoretical, I think that if you have, first of all, videos, if you have engaging videos, this is one part of, let's say, making it somehow good. But I would say this point is maybe even more relevant for the next bullet. But making it practical, so the more interaction you have, the more practical it will be. So again, if you remember my table when I was explaining what kind of training is the most appropriate, so if you have complex topics, it's better to have in-house training. Even though now we are developing these interactive exercises, so we will have them also in this training platform. So I would say traditional training platforms are, I would say, not so interactive, but in, let's say, a couple of months, maybe a half a year, we will have these interactive exercises there as well. And engagement and retention, so compliance is boring. Here, I would say videos are really relevant as the way to present a certain topic, because if you're showing only written material, then you know, it's not very interesting. But the video always makes things much more interesting. Of course, if you have in-person training, if you have a presenter, if you have a instructor, then obviously it will be even more interesting. Okay, great. Now let me just make a short conclusion, and then we'll move on to the Q&A session. So just to conclude, so this training platform was made to substantially, I would say, reduce time and effort needed for cybersecurity training and awareness. And yeah, if you want to test how it works, then you can simply sign up for a free trial, and you can visit a link that you will find here in this page. And we'll also send you now a meeting link with our training expert. So you can basically, you know, test this Company Training Academy with opening this free trial, but you can also ask our colleague to create a free demo for you. So you can actually choose which way you want, but in any case, if you want this free demo, then please use this meeting link to meet our training expert. Okay, great. Yeah, so let's move on to the Q&A session now. And so please do send your questions through this question pane if you're joined through Zoom or through a chat window in YouTube or LinkedIn. And yeah, before I start answering your questions, just a couple of notes. So feel free to reach out to me directly with your questions if you want. And you will see my email address on the screen. So simply use this email address and send me directly your question. Second, you can follow me on LinkedIn and on YouTube. And on my LinkedIn profile, I publish very often various news from cybersecurity world, from compliance, you know, new regulations, all of these things. So if you want to keep up to date, then you can follow me on LinkedIn. And on YouTube, I publish all these videos, so we already shared a couple of links with you. So you'll find lots of training, lots of videos around various things on YouTube. And on YouTube, we also find this Secure and Simple podcast. So this podcast is made primarily for consultants and for security managers. And there are a couple of actually interviews I did on this podcast where I spoke to interviewees about how to organize a training. So basically this is something that you can take a look at as well. And the third thing I wanted to let you know is that my next webinar will be how to perform consulting work remotely. And well, obviously this this webinar is intended for consultants, and there I will present various techniques and various tools on how consultants can actually work with their clients remotely. So you can actually learn about it. It's going to be next Wednesday at the same time as today. Okay, these were all the things that I wanted to let you know. So let me see if there are any questions coming in. Okay, if not, then let me just wrap up the webinar. So just a few words before I finish. You know, basically this webinar, I just wanted to give you a kind of a glimpse of what it means to organize this training and awareness. And I mean, if you want to learn more, of course, you can sign up for this company training academy, but also you can watch these videos that we shared with you, and also read these articles which will give you more information. And yeah, if you want to download the PDF presentation deck, in about 10 minutes, we'll actually publish the links where you can download this presentation deck on YouTube and on LinkedIn. And basically this will be on the same page where this where you're watching this webinar now. So just, you know, leave the webinar, leave the page open once the webinar is over, and then come back in about 10 minutes, and you will see in the comments a link to download this presentation deck. And we'll also publish in these comments the links, all the other links that we shared today. So you can actually see there will be lots of links there. If you joined through Zoom, then we will send you the a link to actually download this presentation deck through email, and you'll receive this email latest by tomorrow morning. And yeah, you will also see a link for a short survey, and it's only 3 questions, and I would appreciate if you find time actually to give me a feedback so that I know how am I doing in this webinar. And this would be all. Thank you very much for your participation, and I hope you have enjoyed this webinar. Have a nice day.